This kid is so drenched, his boots was full of water, and he just dumped them out in my truck. There's no denying this. This is the coolest thing I've seen on the East Coast, like ever, I think. We've never made fish tacos before, but we're making fish tacos today. Welcome, my friends, back to Amicalola Falls State Park, to our campsite here, where we're enjoying a nice rainy evening. We were lucky this morning to get our hike in before the rain, but not so lucky now. I'm going to try to get this charcoal lit that I'm working on here in between raindrops, and I think we're going to call this episode Between the Raindrops, because we're going to try to feature Amicalola Falls tomorrow between the raindrops. It looks like we have a couple hour window to do the hike, so we're pretty excited to share that with you. But for now, let's see if we can get this charcoal wet, or yeah, charcoal wet. The charcoal is wet probably, but let's see if we can get it on fire. While that's doing its thing over there, I should tell you that this campground, they say it is limited to like 34 or 35 feet RVs, which were over 34 feet, but rig just pulled in. It's got to be pushing 40, I think. Yeah, I don't know if you could see that over there, but yeah, I mean, because it's got two slides on the passenger side, so it's a big one. Be interesting to see if they have to come around the campground the whole way, making that turn down there. I mean, we barely made it, so there's a fire under there. So if we can get the charcoal lit, we'll get the pork chops going. Stay. Come on. Sit. Stay. Well, as you can tell, it is a rainy morning. I mean, it's been pouring since when? Probably midnight?
Well,
sooner than that?
Kind of started yesterday on our way out the woods.
Yeah, so
we're under a flood watch.
There is potential for a gap in the rain right after noon, it looks like. So around 11, we're going to head down to the visitor center. We'll at least be able to show you that. Somehow we're going to get a view of the falls. There's a short walk you can get, I think, from up here.
Drive up to it. And then
so somehow we'll show it to you, but we're going to try to do at least a portion of the hike if this dog stops pulling on the leash. This is why we don't take the dogs on hikes, especially places where they have to be leashed, because
it's no fun for anyone.
Yeah, it's no fun for anyone. Do you want to say anything about the campground?
It's super cute. Look, they have a gnome garden.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really cute. And no, it's a nice campground. I think that might be a garden that has like some sort of, I don't know. But
I'm pretty impressed with it. We're gonna have to come back here and see this under better circumstances from a weather perspective.
Yeah.
We chose to do Ravencliff yesterday because we knew today was gonna be kind of crappy. So we figured we'd only have a short period of time today to do anything. And obviously Ravencliff was a long thing, so that wouldn't fit that bill. But plus here we can do the visitor center, and we have some packing up to do, obviously, and because we're leaving in the morning to go back home. So it's a nice day to kind of unwind some. We also have to winterize the RV. And friends, if you don't have an RV and you want to come to Amicalola, these glamping tents would be a pretty cool option for you to check out. They're spacious and they look like they're well furnished, and you got hammocks and porch furniture and all that stuff. But now it's starting to rain harder, so we got to get cooking back to our site. How long have we been on the road now? 7, 8 days?
Technically, we left Thursday afternoon, so 8 days?
Something like that. And so, like, to only have one day that's like a total washout, I'd say we lucked out pretty good with weather.
Yeah, I mean, it was raining when we did Congaree, but not like this.
You're wet. Get down. Get down. This is the problem with bad little dogs. So, yeah, I mean, for to end on this note is kind of dreary, but we've had a good trip. I'd say this is probably the second best trip ever next to Michigan.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Michigan has been our overwhelming favorite trip that we've done, right?
Of this length, yeah.
Yeah, but this almost tops it. I don't know if it tops it, but it's right up there with it.
It was a great trip. I've never thought of Florida and thought, oh, the wildlife, but wow.
We've seen a lot of cool stuff.
We saw so much wildlife without hardly even trying, you know, so...
yeah, our noisy kids didn't scare all the stuff away.
I know. It was great. Compared to here, where we've heard birds, and I saw a crow this morning, but that's the extent of it. That's the extent of the wildlife we saw here. So, you know, Florida was great. South Carolina was awesome. This trip at least tells us that we need to come back.
Well, we're going to keep doing these winter trips. So, like, I haven't told anyone really, but, like, my new career... Summer vacations, like the thing we did in Michigan several years ago, is no longer even an option. So, like, if we're going to do these long trips, it's going to be during the winter. And so we have lots of cool things planned, and, you know, we're starting to think about what we're doing next winter.
And the winter after that.
And the winter after that. So, like, there's so many options for RVing in the winter. You have to go through a bit of headache to make it happen, getting out of Pennsylvania. But that was just a weather thing. And it's going to be a little bit of a headache getting back into Pennsylvania.
But again, if we prepare right, it'll be fine.
It's not as bad as what some people probably make it out to be. But, alright, so, yeah, we're going to go down to the visitor center here very shortly. I just got to finish my coffee. And then we think there's a break in the rain for about a couple hours. That should give us time to at least go see the falls and see what Amicalola has to offer. And, you know, if we can't do fun things here, then we'll just put this as a stop on one of our next trips south. It's still raining, and it has become clear that it is not going to ever stop raining. But we're going anyway. Well, to the visitor center anyhow. Rachel loves hiking in the rain, don't you? Yay!
Yeah.
And friends, as a side note, the Appalachian Trail starts here. Well, sort of. There's like an 8-mile approach trail that starts here at Amicalola and then leads you to where the AT actually starts. We had hoped to go see that on this trip, but we're going to be lucky to fit in what we fit in today. So, do people most of the time start down here when they do it?
Generally considered easier to start in Georgia in February and make your way north.
So they'll be starting soon.
Yes. The people who want a more challenging experience will start in the north and work their way south at about the same time. This is the lower platform, the lower observation deck, and then just off to the side is the stairs that start up. And then you can barely see up there the upper bridge, the upper platform.
I think it's the third tallest waterfall. Cascading waterfall east of the Mississippi. Probably the tallest one that I've seen east of the Mississippi, for sure.
Daddy, come see the snake. Hey, it's in the grass right here. See it?
See it?
As you can see, it's snakes in there. Come. I found some. That's brilliant. That's the eastern milk snake. Let me show them.
Right here is the unofficial start to the Appalachian Trail. It's a trail that we've been on in so many locations across the eastern United States with our travels. You know, obviously we're not like thru hikers or nothing, but we've been on it in, I have to say now, just about every state that it's in. We're checking off another box here in Georgia. You can access the falls from way down here, but because of the weather, we're gonna drive up some of the way, do it that way, because I only can tolerate getting so wet. And, well, obviously cold and everything else that comes along with it. I mean, it's rained an awful lot. Like, I don't want to sound like a sissy, but there's like rivers flowing like everywhere where there's pavement and paths and stuff. 4 inches of rain since this started yesterday. And when I say 4 inches of rain, I'm not joking. Like, we got 4 inches of rain. So now as you make your way up this road to the parking area, you can see the falls in all their glory. I mean, look at all that water coming down here. Ain't that incredible? Amicalola Falls has a friend. And lucky for us, it is a concrete trail. So otherwise, stuff like this, 4 inches of rain would be totally washed out. So, I mean, they probably had experience with that. I mean, you're still walking in water, but I mean, it's coming from every which place off the mountain. Yeah, they probably had to concrete this because it probably kept getting washed out, and you know, it's a popular spot, so foot traffic and erosion and all that good stuff. A lot of water. I imagine this is fabulous under normal circumstances, but just look at all this water coming down here. Look, it's like going over the bench over there. Some difficult trail conditions here nonetheless. I mean, it's been just pouring all night long. It did keep us up for sure. Yeah, it's a lot of water. When you look up at the falls, you almost feel like, I don't know why, but it feels like if there was like a dam or something, like the whole mountain would just like cave in on you or something. It's a weird feeling with the sound of the rushing water and just looking at it. I mean, because you can see the falls sort of through the trees everywhere you're at, and it's like, where's all that coming from?
Wow. Also, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, she's gonna go back to the truck and pick me up at the top. That way I don't have to walk back down.
I might go up there.
Okay.
But this is a lot of water.
I'm going all the way. I want the shirt that says I survived.
600 more steps.
Yeah.
I'll do 175. But wow.
The kids have no fear. I can't tell you if it's raining that hard or if it's just the water coming off of everything as we get close to the falls here. This is something to see. So friends, if you've ever been out west to like Columbia River Gorge area, this in some ways reminds me a little bit of Multnomah Falls, just because of all the steps and the bridge and stuff. It has that vibe to it. I don't believe it's nearly as tall or as many steps. Still, I think there's like 800 and some here. I think there's like 1,000 or 1,200 or something like that. I have it on a shirt somewhere. But anyway, just a thought, you know, maybe you don't have to go out to Oregon and Washington coast, you know, you could just come here and get a similar experience. And if you've never experienced something like this, you probably wouldn't know any better. Plus, this is awesome. I mean, there's no denying this. This is the coolest thing I've seen on the East Coast, like ever, I think. Kids, we're going up the stairs. Kids go full of energy. Hopefully they'll take good naps this afternoon. The kids are actually doing better on these stairs than I am. I'm still working off all the Christmas cookies, and honestly, I think I've had a few too many. And now I gotta carry them all the way up here. Whew. My legs are burning. Oh man. I'm coming. And if I could distract you from the falls for just a second, have a looky over there. It'd be amazing what you could see on a clear day, I'm sure. Just the view when we was up at the lodge when it was dark out was amazing. I mean, look at this now. Is that a waterfall? What do you see, Will? This kid is so drenched, his boots was full of water, and he just dumped them out in my truck. Camera's all fogged up. I don't know. This is a circus.
I told my mom it was like a miniature Niagara Falls. The way the water's like soaking you.
Oh yeah. The water and the wind coming off of it was just incredible.
Yeah.
It really, like I said down there, if you heard me over the water and stuff, it really reminds me of Multnomah, Columbia River Gorge. So yeah, just come here to Georgia instead, because it's pretty cool.
It's something, that's for sure. Flip them over.
Right or wrong here, this is what we're doing. We're seasoning them the fish here with Trish's jalapeno taco. And we're sauteing some garlic in the butter. We're going to put the fish in the garlic butter. And that's going to be our fish tacos. And for those of you who haven't been following our journey, this is
red snapper.
Red snapper. So we got this at Cedar Key in Florida when we were down there. And so we told you we was going to make fish tacos with it. And if you didn't check out our adventures in Florida, well, boy, you're missing out. That's lime juice that she's squirting in there. We've never made fish tacos before, but we're making fish tacos today. What's in the other pot is the cilantro lime rice, like you get at Chipotle. Google a recipe, but some lime juice and cilantro, basically, and rice. So, not hard. Chicken broth, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that too.
That makes all the difference.
Yep. It's probably too early to flip. I don't fry fish normally, so don't ask me. We was gonna grill it, but obviously with the weather forecast today, and there's more rain coming, no grilling today. But in that case, you would put it in like aluminum foil boat and do it on the Weber like we do everything else. Usually works out pretty good. That's better. Alright, so I got no guarantees here as to whether this is going to be good or bad, but here's what we're doing. We're going to a little bit of rice. And these are kind of more like burritos than they are tacos anyhow.
Burrito.
Wow.
Mommy, that's a burrito.
And then our fish here. And then we got some of this really sad salsa from Food Line, but we're going to throw some of it on there because we need it to go away. And it's not that bad, and it's probably going to go well with fish tacos. I don't know. Not my. It says medium. It ain't medium.
I wanted fresh salsa. I wanted a pico de gallo. That's why we have it.
Yeah, well. And then just a splash of cheese on there. And let's see what that turns out like. Because I'm not a good burrito wrapper guy either. So, I would give the fish taco burrito things an A+. Rachel hasn't had to eat hers yet because we're dealing with children. So, as you see our lives here in the RV. But yeah, we've been kind of cooped up in here all day because of the rain, other than we did, obviously do the trail and stuff, but it is also nice to get a little bit of a relaxation day because we're going to be in the truck for like 12 hours tomorrow. So, tomorrow's going to be a long day, but we will see you in the next episode because we're going to talk about how we prep the RV for traveling back north. Probably show you a little bit of our trip up north also, but mostly we'll just talk about, how we're doing the logistics of this whole thing. So we'll see you then. Are they good?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really good.
We would do this again?